Then get you in the, we're outside. It's beautiful out today. We can get you in the tripod. Ugh. Maybe you should have done that before you went live, Dee. I know. I should, coulda, woulda, shoulda. We're out here on the deck. It's really gonna get warm. We're in for a heat wave. So I felt like, I didn't feel like making a video. Let's put it out there. I was too lazy. I thought, no need to do a video when you can do a live, right? All right, let's pull the chat up so I can read. Maybe I should have brought my glasses out. Okay. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Could have planned this better. You know I could have. I was bored. So I felt like saying, I'm probably not going to find many people out here. Oh my God, Suzanne and Mary. Did you guys see the Facebook post? Because I didn't know what to do. I'm like, nobody's going to be expecting. Nobody may come. But did you see by the title? I was sitting here thinking, which I do this all the time. I'm thinking fiber. I need more fiber. But I don't want to call it a challenge. Because I feel like challenge is so like, I don't know, so end beginning, so like not what I want to do. Let me find the chat. But I want more fiber and I want more greens. So we're going to call it a fiber and greens month. Yes. I want more fiber and I want more greens. And I did not even make a thumbnail for this, but maybe we'll come back and make a thumbnail. Because this, again,
performing on the biggest stage in the world was just...
Okay. Oh my gosh, let's see who's here. Suzanne, Mary, Rhonda, Vicky, Ruth, Christine, Lynn. Hello, everyone. Do you notice now you get crowns after your name? And somebody said she wants to be one of Dee's queens. I'm like, oh, I love that. You girls are queens. And don't ask me why you get a crown, because I really don't know. Apparently, YouTube put this thing on where the more you comment, the number of crowns you get goes up. Don't ask, I really don't know. Because they didn't like give me an email saying, hey, now when you go live, your followers will get crowns. I have no idea. So I really don't know. But it's so nice to see you. You do get, but I'm thinking like, because you know what made me think of it? I got one of those Sally kits from Sam's Club. I can't remember what flavor it was, but it was a kale. And I'm like, here's the fun fact. We dressed it, and that sucker lasted for days with the dressing on it. Thinking if that would have been lettuce, it would have been dead the next day. Because Steve finished it yesterday, which was Wednesday. And I'm like, my God, Steve, I made this Sunday. And it's still decent. I'm thinking, I need more kale in my life. We used to have a lot of kale when we had guinea pigs because they loved kale. So everybody got their water? I'm going to remind you because sometime we need to be reminded. So here's the thing. Every time I sip, you sip. So go get your water. Could be a glass. So just go get it because we're going to be having, when I sip, you sip. I should post on the group too. I sip, you sip. So that's how it's going to be because I think none of us get enough water too. Let me put this chair here so this, in case this camera blows over. I don't know what the temperatures, I should have checked it, but we got a heat warning yesterday saying, I think Friday. Today it's not too bad, but Friday's supposed to be really bad. Hello, nice surprise, Lynn. I know. It just was like, I'm editing tomorrow's video and I'm like, I could go clean the basement. That was my second choice. Clean the basement. I'm like, no, we'll save that for the weekend, but I think we're going out Saturday. I think we're going down to see Timmy. Oh, tomorrow's Timmy's birthday. Tomorrow, Timmy turns 27. Can you believe that? My first live birth. Timmy, 27 years ago. And I remember like it was yesterday. Be 27. Wow. 27. My baby turned 26. And I'm like, I remember my mother saying, oh my God, my baby's this. I'm like, now I'm thinking, oh my God, my baby's 26. Doesn't feel like it's that long, but it is. Good for you, Mary. Down 1 pound. My goal in August is 31 different fruits and vegetables because of all the local produce available. Like a different one every day. That's a good challenge, but I don't think I could find 31 different ones. Well, I probably could if I tried hard enough. Well, it's Jersey is now blooming with all great produce. So I need to go see if I already missed the donut peach window because there's only a donut peach window for a short time. locally. I think you can get them at Trader Joe's more often, but here I probably lost the window, but we'll see. Remember, I drink, you drink. Mm-hmm. Sunday's my 70th. You share a birthday with Steve. Steve's birthday is Sunday. I think he turns 64. Yes, because he's mentioning Medicare for next year. So, yeah, Steve turns 64. I go, oh, 64, Steve? Am I married to a guy in their 60s? It doesn't sound that, we were both in the same decade. Now, these are a different decade. But time does fly. It does fly. I mean, seriously. My son's saying that, Peter. He's like, I can't, I said, I know. It does. It does fly. Awesome, Rhonda. Still a goal. Hey, Lori. Not too far from where Timmy is. Timmy's in Summers Point. If you're familiar with that area. I guess it just doesn't go down, does it? That's as far down as it's going to bend, I think. Does this bend anymore? Oh, there. I feel like I'm too high up. So we'll fix that a little. Looks like the feed is a little bit because I'm outside. But yeah, Timmy's in Summers Point. So if you're in the area, we're going to be down there. We're meeting him for dinner. I don't think we're going to go to Summers Point. I think he's meeting us somewhere. I can't remember where we're going. Some Italian place. Send me a picture of your t-shirt. I love donut peaches too. I just pop them and it pops the seed out. They're only here locally for like a couple of weeks. I'm not sure why, because peaches are here for another month. So I'm only not sure why only donut peaches last a couple. I should ask the girl at the produce stand because she'll tell me. I've been stalled since February. Very frustrating, annoying when people say as long as you are in deficit. That's not true. I think that's true if I feel like postmenopausal women is a little bit different, and you really can't say that. I mean, look at the people that are below a deficit, the ones that are not eating enough. They don't move. And it all has to be a balance of everything. And I think when you're postmenopausal, you hear people talk about it all the time. It is a true thing. There was a course I was going to take. It was a health coach for postmenopausal women. And I just really wasn't in the mood for all that work, I'm going to be honest. But I thought about it. It'd be really interesting because, yeah, I'm finally at the point where being in menopause is affecting me. Back when I lost my weight, I just started menopause. And I think, luckily, I was in that window before it actually was detrimental. And right now, that's where I'm at. My hormones are against me. And I really know that's what it is. So it kind of gives me that I'm doing all I can. So mentally it helps. It doesn't make it any better because you're still stalled. But it definitely, when you have something that you can sit there and say, you know what, I'm spinning my wheels and nothing is happening. Is it me? No, it's my hormones. Christine, when I see people I graduated high school with and I go, oh my God, do I look like that? She goes, oh no. Like, you're just being nice, because I look at women, I'm going, oh hell, she looks bad. And I graduated, she's the same age as me. I'm like, ooh. That's why personally I don't want to be that low in my weight, because I know the lower you, and I don't want to insult anybody. Sometimes when you lose a lot of weight, you get all that, and I don't want that. So I'm going to be happy that I'm not at my, where I need to be right now, because I'm like, ooh. I was where I really truly was supposed to be. Yeah, because you see it. It's like, it's not kind. Like, you lose all this weight and you get punished. You really do. Oh, Ron is undergo. Good for you. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be like that tomorrow. Today, it's still really nice. For us, this is nice. Some people will be like, oh my gosh. Wow, Missouri. Yeah, I think that's coming across, because we're supposed to get tomorrow, probably the weekend though. I don't know if it's supposed to rain. I didn't check. But yeah, tomorrow. Give Rick a thumbs up this live if you can. I know some people, when they're on their mobile devices, that you have to go out of the chat. But if you're on your computer, you can do it. So I get that. So just before you leave and you're exiting out, make sure you thumbs up the video. I appreciate it. But yeah, I don't want to call it a challenge. I hate the word challenge. I hate that word, because I feel like, once the challenge is over, I'm done. No, I want to make it a month of just trying to get more fiber. I know I don't get enough. I know I do. So I want to work on fiber and I want to work on greens, like more kale. Spinach, I have, like I said, lettuce doesn't move me. We've had this discussion. I have no desire to eat romaine, mesclun. I've been doing iceberg more than anything, which is hilarious because iceberg is kind of like that. It's not a bad lettuce. It's just, for me, it's just kind of lacks a little bit of everything. So, Chicago. Well, hello, Sandy from Chicago. When my mom goes down to, she feels her whole, yes, and I don't want to do that. And I thought, well, I don't want to get that low. I'm not looking to be no size 6. I'm happy about being back to my 10s. My 8 10s were great. That was really a healthy weight for me. We'll get there. But I really think it's the hormones that are getting into my way. So if anybody else suffer from hormones? You heard it, and I used to be like, really? Because I made my goal, but it's not menopause, it's post, it's when you're done. That's when it, like, all of a sudden your body just like, whew, like we have these kids, and we go through all this, and then our bodies just go against us, and it's so not fair. Oh, it's soupy? I'm not soupy. I mean, I'm not sweating out here, though I'm in the shade. But so I figured I'd come out now because I don't know if you can see, the sun is moving over, like right here. No, actually over here. Well, you'll see, I'm about a foot away from the sun. It's going to keep moving over. So we got about an hour. So I think, let me go on before the sun moves over, because the deck is shady in the morning, and then as the day goes on, it moves over. So I don't film a lot out here during the day because it's usually too sunny. Hello, Lori from New Hampshire. Oh, hypothyroidism. Oh, they checked my thyroid out. Every test has come back normal. I did get the ultrasound. Only thing it showed was I had some nodules, which were nondescript. She said, there's nothing to worry about. Your tests are normal. I'm like, when you hear the word, you have thyroid nodules? Like, having a nodule doesn't seem to be normal to me. But apparently it is. I'm like, I have a nodule, which means you have a growth on there. Like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, really? Because I guess they could see them in the ultrasound. They don't look like funky or something. So you just have to keep an eye on them. And I guess once a year or once every, you have to get them, I guess, checked to make sure they're not growing. But I'm like, but I've never had them that I know of. So, yeah. It's just, like I said, I've come to the conclusion that, and it's funny because I don't know if anybody else has suffered like this. I could lose the weight, but it's so much slower now. But when you gain weight, you gain it overnight. And then trying to lose it, what you gained, it's like twice as hard. Oh, just stripped. That wasn't a bird. I find losing is twice as hard as it used to be. And I think that's hard for me to reconcile with. But you know what? It is what it is. Oh, I have not, hot flashes I've never really had. I think because once I lost the weight, not having that much fat is a better word to say, I don't know what else to say, on me, I tend to be more cold than I am hot. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I never really had hot flashes or trouble sleeping. I'm a sleeper. I'm a good sleeper. I stayed on plan and walked 104,000 steps. Oh my gosh. I'm going to tell you, and I've seen this, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it because I hear people who walk like between 10,000 and 30,000 steps a day, and they don't like lose a shit ton of weight. And I feel like, I don't know if it really is. I mean, I'm not saying walking is important. It absolutely is. It's good for everything. But I don't know if that's really going to help you lose weight more. Not that I'm telling you not to walk. That's not what I just said. I just said, don't do it because you think it's going to help you lose weight. Do it because it's just a healthy thing to do. But I see this all the time. I walk 20,000 steps a day, and the scale didn't move. And this is every day, every week. And I'm like going, I've really come to the conclusion that it's good for circulation, it's good for bone health, it's good for joint health, it's good for everything. I don't necessarily believe, though, you're going to see huge weight losses from it, though. I know it sounds terrible to say, but I just feel like I needed to share that. Currently, oh, Lori, I know the feeling. Yes, my hormones or lack of them. I think that really is. Now, my question about hormone replacement therapy, and I have an appointment with a new GYN. She couldn't see me till the fall, which was fine. It's not like anything big's going to happen. But my question is, and maybe somebody here could answer that they already know, Does it give me a period? Because that's what I don't want. I'll try the therapy. I will. I don't have no problem trying it. But if it's going to give me a period, I'll have to see how that goes. My heart rate's been around in the 50s. It's not, doesn't really get out of the, during Glam Squad, it goes up to what, 85? And I'm like, that's what's killing me. It literally kills me that I can't, okay, just took it. Well, I'll take it now and I'll tell you what it is. It's not been where it's letting me know it's low. So that's good. I don't get like low heart rate alerts on my watch anymore. I weight scrolled at my highest and allow me for my height. I'm 2 pounds under battle. That's a battle every day. There, Suzanne can attest to that. So yeah, I'm like I said, I don't want to be like saying, well, walking, you shouldn't walk. I'm not saying you shouldn't walk. I'm just saying if you're doing this extra thousands of steps and the scale isn't moving, it's pretty normal. I don't feel like doing 20,000 steps helps people lose weight. I think it's great for overall health, heart health, joint health. Yes, absolutely. But I don't feel like, at least at our age, I don't think it does much. Nutritious foods, absolutely. I think walking is great. I do. I do think walking is great. I think it's great for a lot of things. I feel like I don't see most people saying that's helped them lose weight. And that's just overall what I'm hearing. And honestly, I think it's great though. I think you need to walk. I think it's great for, like I said, for a lot of things. I don't feel like I see a lot of people say, well, this has helped me. I've heard so many people tell me they walk between 15,000 and 30,000 steps a day and their scale really doesn't budge. It's just something I wanted to share. No, they should give you a measured amount of replacement hormones, not enough. Yeah, I don't want a period. Mm-mm. I mean, I would take it, like, I would say towards the latter part of my menstrual cycle, like the last maybe 2 years, it was horrible. I mean, I hate to talk like this, but my periods were horrific. And I had great periods my whole life. I mean, it was like, never caused me to call out of work. I mean, I was literally I was calling out of work and I'm like going, I never did that, ever. And it was just, I think it's just when the end comes, you're punished. It's like, so I don't want that again. I would, I'll take being heavy over getting that back. Yep, I walk 8 miles and it does nothing. Yeah, I want to reiterate that. Do it for health, because it is good for you, yes. But don't do it expecting to see that scale plummet, because I don't think it does. I use estrogen patch so we can take progesterone at night. If I miss progesterone, we'll have a period spotting. But I don't mind spotting. I could deal with that. It's just literally the periods I had were like literally a crime scene. I'm like, I've never in my life had that, and I'm like going. And I always hear people talk about it. They'd be like, oh, I had to call out of work. I'm like, oh, I never had to do that, ever. I had great periods. I said, growing up, I mean, it was 3-4 days, and it was never bad. So at the end, I'm like, oh my God, I'm being punished for having good periods. It was horrible. It was horrible. Though he did say had developed, I think it was ovarian cysts or something. I can't remember. I had to have why are we talking about this? I don't know. But I had a really big buildup of my lining that they had to get rid of. And then I was fine after that. And I went a year or so, but I really should be checked, which we have to do that again. Exactly. I agree with that. I do agree. Oh my God. I had a company reach out to me. I can't remember what the brand was. I think it was 24-Hour Gym. And they wanted to gift me a membership. And as long as I put out, I guess, content, I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then the gym was not my area. I'm like, no, I would have loved that, because I really, really think about it. And I think maybe come September, I don't want to join now because all the kids, Sister Peter says it's like all the kids are there now. Yeah, I don't want to go to the gym with all the kids. I don't. There is a woman's gym. It's not as close to me as the one I think it's Planet Fitness, is probably like 2 minutes from my house. But there is I think it's Giant, has a women's only gym. I think it's called, Girl something. It's a women's only gym. And I thought I might enjoy that, but it's not that far. It's probably like maybe 10 minutes. But would I drive that much further? Would I go 2 minutes versus 10 minutes? And the other one is cheaper though too. The girls one is a little bit more expensive. But I'm like, I think I really want to do that. I just think that for my mental health, I think it would be good for me to get out. You could have all the, I mean, some people like to work out at home. I don't, because I just don't. I buy everything, I have everything. It's like when you're home, it's like, yeah. If you've paid, you have to go out and do it. You're more likely to do it. So I'm thinking about joining. But I'm gonna revisit it in another month when like September hits, because I'm not going with all the kids. Not happening, because Peter says it's crowded. I'm like, ugh. I mean, granted, I would probably go earlier than he does. I would probably get up and go maybe like for like 7:30, because I don't think the kids are up that early. But again, we'll see. I'm going to revisit that next month, I think. It's been life changing. My inflammation. I don't have joint pain per se. I do have inflammation. Not that bad though, as some people suffer. So I don't want to. I hate to say that when it's not that bad. Do you remember the curves? Yes, I remember curves. I do. I never joined though. I do remember it. Yeah, I did not have bad periods. And also I don't, towards the end I did, but I think that was because at the end it always goes bad. And I'm just so afraid that I can't go back to that. I won't. Like I said, I'll stay, 15 over goal. I'll be happy with that. Not to have that, but we'll see. I'll revisit that. I lost my weight this past month because of strength. I'm telling you, I really hear that a lot. I think you get to a point where you, like, it's like I was talking to the my coach at the meeting I attend, and she's a runner, and I asked her, I said, can you burn out on cardio? She goes, yes. You can. You get to a point where you get nothing from it, and I think that's where I'm at with the cardio, and which is what is walking, all they're all cardio. They burn calories, but eventually it just, and now that my heart rate doesn't, oh, I was supposed to say what my heart rate was. I didn't look. It was 58 beats a minute, which is pretty good. I do take the medication, so that helps. I chose not to do any, was my grandma's experience with estrogen. Oh, I agree, Christine, absolutely. I would just like to try to see. But like I said, if it gives me a period that I don't like, then that's like not happening. Curves was hard. My friend used to go to Curves. I never went. But Jersey Girl, I think it's called the Jersey Girl gym, now that I think about it. It's owned by Giant Fitness, and all the equipment's pink. I'm thinking to myself, it's a little bit more pricier than the other one. So we'll see. Do I want to? I feel like if I have to spend more money, and I have to go further, I'm less likely to do it. I mean, again, know who you are, know what you're capable of. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just join the Planet one, because my insurance has a special deal with them. You don't have to pay like there's like a yearly fee and your monthly fee, and you don't have to pay the yearly, which is kind of nice. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just go with that, get the discount. I think it's like winds up being $15 a month, I think, with no yearly fee. If you're just joining, remember, I drink, you drink. And who knows what's in here, because we don't know. Because I could have a cocktail in here. We wouldn't know. But why I decided to go live today, in case you just joined, is I'm going to maybe do a preliminary next week, but I think August is going to be, it's not a challenge. I hate that word. We know I hate that word. I want it to be a month of discovery. It could be a month of fiber and greens. I want to start eating more kale. I just put you'll see it in tomorrow's vlog about arugula, which is so different. I put it on my breakfast fry bread this morning, Suzanne. I had a delicious fry bread. Oh, when I crunched into that, I was, doing the vlog, and I'm like, I don't feel, and which is the truth. I got up this morning, and I would say pretty much the last couple of weeks. Do you ever just, you don't like want to eat anything? You're like, something I didn't want to eat. I didn't desire to eat what I had. I'm like, I don't feel like any of this. I don't feel like this. Like, I felt like I'm just burnt out of food in general. Like, and then I'm sitting there talking to the vlog, and I thought of, ooh, fry bread sounds good. A cottage fry bread sounds. And exactly when I started talking about it, you can see my eyes light up like, oh, yes. Like, I have to really dig deep on what I want to eat. Because I'm like, I'm just tired of everything. And not that I don't have I have a big variety. I just am tired of just eating in general. And I'm like, then I thought of making a smoothie. That was my second choice. But I haven't had lunch yet. And it is what time? 2 o'clock. Well, in my defense, I had my fry bread at 10:30 because I couldn't decide. So, well, actually, it was almost 11 because Peter came down, and and I was still eating. So it was like 10:45 ish. I was eating breakfast. It's probably why I don't feel like eating lunch. And you can say, well, you don't have to eat lunch, but I want to eat something because if I don't have anything between now and dinner, excuse me, I will just pig out, and that's the problem I don't want to avoid. So maybe I'll have a protein bar or a smoothie. We'll see what I feel like making. You have joint pain? I don't. Other than my back, which only acts up when I bend a lot. when I work out or when I clean, that's also like the back starts to hurt. Hey, Kelly, welcome. You're never late to the chat. You're disappointed with Weight Watchers? Tell me why. I'm always disappointed with Weight Watchers. They disappoint me all the time. I'm enjoying going to gym, especially for my mental health. Plus, my body recomposition, even while I am not losing, has been great. Yep, it's not always about the scale. You are so good, Lynn. I agree with that. Yep, yep, you will, especially when you're building muscle. And the old additive is it says, and I'm gonna let me finish the statement. Muscle weighs more than fat because it's denser. It does, but when it recompositions, you might not see a weight on this cup. You'll see your body get smaller yet toned. So it is actually muscle, like fat. That same weight of fat looks like this when it's turned into muscle. So it compositions itself into muscle. So yeah, you might not see that scale. It might take a while, but you feel different. You'll see yourself in clothes different and stuff like that. So it is hard to I understand that. It is hard to comprehend that. Hey, Amy. About dinner, yes. I assemble. It's been that way. I told you guys I had a video last year. I have not really felt like cooking for quite a while, and I assemble. But there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean it's not healthy because you assemble it. It's just not what you're used to. Next time you're at the doctor, have them check your C-reactive protein levels. Tried GLP-1s, not including medicine. Wow. Yeah, it's the price of, especially like I would recommend if you want to do the GLP-1s, I wouldn't go through Weight Watchers only because you got to pay them that fee. If you went to your doctor, you would just pay a visit fee, which might be included in your plan, and a copay, which is much cheaper than trying to pay them that $100. So if you really, did you like the GLP? Did you have good results with that? All right, Amy wants to know what you're doing at the gym, Lynn. I've had a lot of inflammation for the past 2 days, drinking lots of water. Don't know why this is happening. Kelly, I'm telling you, there's time, all of a sudden your body does this thing and you don't, with no explanation or nothing, and all of a sudden you see a difference. And it took me a long time to comprehend that it's just hormones and it's just being through menopause. Like you think to yourself, well, I went through menopause, X amount of time ago, but I don't think it matters when you went through. I think now your body's at this point where it's just, and you could see it. You could do everything right and you don't see a change. And then you have to think, it drives you nuts. It literally does, but you realize you've done everything. You've done everything you could. And then sometimes it's just your body. And is that hard to reckon with? It is. It very much is. I think go to your doctor, go to your GYN, get your hormone levels checked, because there's got to be, go see somebody that specializes in postmenopausal. There's a few out there. So I got an appointment with one. I just got to get there. I had a toast sandwich for breakfast just because I didn't know what I wanted. 2 slices of white sandwich bread, buttered. Sometimes that tastes really good. Here in Jersey, we put a tomato on that sandwich. I started doing the 30-minute full body machines. Now I'm branching into big machines. And plus resistance bands. Good. I never tried it. It was expensive. They won't let you cancel. Oh, I hate to hear that. You know what? There's got to be a way. I hate when they don't let people cancel. You can't afford it. You know what? You can't afford it. They need to understand that. Walking insurance, anybody can't get up to nerve to courage to start. I agree. As I sit here and not being able to have the courage to start too, but I feel like I have to put myself in an uncomfortable place. And like I said, I'm not going to start because I know now it's way too crowded because of all the kids there. But I've talked about it many times. I've wanted to do it. And I keep saying that. They keep coming back to this. Maybe you should do it, Denise. Maybe you should get out of your comfort zone and just do it. Oh, you never tried? Too expensive. I am walking, not per se, because I feel like I think, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it. I was talking to my coach at Weight Watchers. She's into fitness. She's a runner. And I said to her, I feel like I'm burned, and walking is cardio. I said, I feel like I'm burned out of, she goes, you can get burned out of cardio. Cardio, and that's why a lot of people, who do strength training don't always do, or they lessen the, I think I'm at a point where I need to do some strength training. I need to challenge my body. Walking and for even per se is not doing me, it's not challenging my body enough. I've done it for how many years? I mean, like 4 years, 5 years. I need to challenge myself. That is so out of my comfort zone. You have no idea. And I think that's the thing. Like, you get to the point where you have to challenge yourself. So I need to challenge myself. I drink, you drink. Be sure you get testosterone, cortisol, and estrogen and progesterone. If I forget what they are, Lynn, I will come back to you. Yeah, I remember one time when I went, he wanted to, I can't remember, listening, I was going back to when I saw him, and he thought I had a high testosterone. Can't remember whatever happened with that. Now, going back to like 2014, 2015, when I started, because I started menopause very early. I was in my 40s, and which was concerning because my mother didn't go through menopause, so she was in her mid 50s. So, yeah, I need to see somebody new. Sometimes you need to start somewhere new and get a different perspective, because you go to the same person and they just don't have that fresh. They don't really, honestly. You go to somebody new and somebody that specializes in that. Fruit for breakfast. Sometimes I get you. It just don't, especially if it's hot. Fruit is very refreshing. You know what I've been craving? I've been craving melons. I said to Steve, we need to go. We need to go to the farm stand this week. I need melon. I haven't had any Jersey melons, and I literally have been craving melon. There you go, cottage cheese, the superfood. Oh my gosh, it is the superfood. It truly is. And I tell you all the time, I hear people, they don't like cottage cheese. Don't eat it like cottage cheese, like put it in something. And you will be like amazed. I want to do these bowl recipes that I have on my phone. I keep putting more in. I think I have 5 down now. I need to do them because I can't do more than that. I was going to do them for dinner one night for all of us. This way I'll make, because I want to make 4 different ones. Yeah, I might throw that 5th one out because there's 4 of us, and I can make 4 different ones in one video, and everyone can have a different one at night. But I want to put it as a base to a bowl, and I feel like you're going to add all this protein, and it's going to make it. It's going to give the dish creaminess. That it makes it rich and creamy, and it's adding not a lot of points or calories, but a lot of protein, and make you feel full. And you're going to have fiber in that. I need to work on that. But yes, who wants to join me on the August? Oh my gosh, what month are we in? August, month of fiber and greens. And I'm not calling it a challenge. I am calling it a month because I just want to focus and see how I do. Maybe make changes, maybe find something I really enjoy that I can incorporate more into my life. Give myself options. I need to do a lot of deep dive because I've done this before. I've deep dived, but I really want to deep dive again. I used to do cardio all the time and never saw a difference, but then I started lifting and everything changed. It makes such a difference. You don't have to lift heavy. I agree, Kara, and I feel like that's where I'm at. But I want to do it. Like I said, I don't want to. I want to go out and do it. I feel like I will be more challenged to do if I have to go out. If I do it here, I know it'll do something. I don't know if I did it today. I don't. But when you're paying monthly, you'll hopefully feel more like you want to go. Oh, Lynn, I'm telling you, there's like 4 I have, and it's just you're not going to see the cottage cheese in a lump. You're going to mix it in. I'll give you a little heads up. I have one planned for like a chicken parm, so that's gonna make the creaminess. I have a taco one. I think there was God, I should look at the list. one was taco, one was parm. I think one might have been burger, but I'm not sure about that one. Because remember, it's cheese. Like when I always forget that cottage cheese is cheese. So why not replace the cheese in a recipe with cottage cheese? Sometimes I get these light bulb moments. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is cheese. It's cheese. And when you, oh, buffalo was one. When I make that buffalo chicken dip, and it's just shredded chicken, cottage cheese, and hot sauce, and you mix it and you microwave it, and it's like it has sometimes it gets cheese pulled in there, and it's just delicious. And I use the 1%. I don't use the fat free. Honestly, when I did a whole TikTok or whatever about the difference between fat free and 1%. It wasn't that different. And oh yes, you have to count it. You do, but it's not that tragic to count. I mean, the serving a half a cup is 2 points. If you have a third cup, it's 1 point. And sometimes that's all you need in your meal is a third cup, and it's so worth the point, honestly. Someone told me that you don't have to exercise every day, but you have to. You definitely have to have. Definitely, you need to have a rest. Your body. There's people that work out 7 days a week. No, no, I wouldn't do. Your body needs to rest, especially when you're older. You don't want to tax your body too much. And I hate to say it that way, but I do 30 minutes of walking on the treadmill and speed. My weight is within 5 pounds. Cool now. Awesome. It's wonderful. Yeah, definitely one. I think I really need to challenge my body. It's going to be the fall of Denise's challenge, her body. She's going to try to challenge it with strength. She's going to try to challenge it with hormones. We'll see what the doctor says. My hormones could be perfect. It could just be, but it's, when I was telling the doctor, I said, I did that stress test last year. And literally, I said, you don't have that in your report because it's not to say that. I said, but she literally was holding me on to the treadmill. And she kept telling me I had to get to a certain percentage to pass. So I said, you didn't see me after that test. I literally, to get to there, it literally killed me. I said, it shouldn't be that hard, and I'm in decent shape. I mean, God, if I did that stress test 5 years ago, I would have made it halfway through. So I know that it's the sleep apnea is against me, the hormones are against me, the heart rate is against me, and and I'm not up to, how could you burn, when you have to get your heart rate up to a certain amount to burn calories and you can't get it up there because of your whatever, it's like working against me at this point. I can't wait to hear about me fall challenge too when I'm getting to the gym, and hopefully the hormones will help if that indeed is what I need. I might not. Could be blowing some smoke up where it doesn't belong, but I could have swore when I was there last time he was worried about that. Oh, who's texting? Let's see, who's this? I love having my MacBook. People ask me all the time, do you love your MacBook? I'm like, yes, because it talks to my phone. I gotta love that. No, it's nothing. It's advertisement. But yes, my phone talks to my computer, talks to my iPad. It's like they all connect with each other. It definitely was a challenge going from a Windows to a Mac because it's or is it iOS you'd call it. Definitely was a learning curve, but honestly, I won't think I'd ever go back. I'm doing my best, Kara. So I thought this was fun to do. How long have we been live here? Oh my God, 35 minutes already. I think this is 35. Wow. Who knew I'd be chatty this long? Oh my gosh. Okay. Christian, yeah, a lot of people can't. Yeah, that's what I'm into. I'm into recomposition. I'm not worried about the heart rate at this point because I know that I can't do it. Like, that's why I need to try something different. Like, the heart rate's not going to go up. No, like, I'd be killing myself to get it to 100. And it's like, is it really worth it at that point? It's just not. And, so we got to try something different. Tone up these abs and this lower belly. Oh, I love chicken salad with grapes. I love putting Suzanne, you be doing the sprouts lately? Because, hey, rock and roll girl. I love this. In fact, I'm going to do a Instagram reel daily. I keep meaning to start it, of doing sprouts every day and showing everybody each day what it looks like, and hopefully encouraging people to do their own sprouts because it's so much cheaper to do them at home. Because a Sprouts opened up, very close to my house, and the price of everything. I'm like, I can't see this store surviving because oh my god. So a package of Sprouts there, same package I can make at home, costs like five something. Hey, Jean. I've heard that, Kara. Heavier the weights, lower the reps, lighter the weight, the higher the reps. Yep. They told that to Peter because he had surgery. I did mention this a while back. He had a mole removed and it was precancerous, which, oh my God, he's 26 years old. How could this kid get precancerous skin cancer? So they had to remove, he had to go back in and have more of the tissue removed. And they had to stitch him. And they said, because he goes to the gym, he said they wanted him to do less, like lower weights, more reps. So before as he healed. Oh, good for you, Jean. Walking. Good for you. Do you remember Chit Chat Paddywhack? She used to walk when she would do lives on Instagram and stuff. She would go live and she'd walk. I thought of that, but half the time I'll be breathing. I'll be breathing. Oh, I got some cleavage showing in this. I didn't realize that. Oh my gosh. The trolls will be out going, hey, Grandma, I like your cleavage. I've been told by these trolls, you have no idea the things that they've private messaged me. And it's disgusting. So that's what I'm going to say. Don't need to give them anything they don't need. I drink, you drink, right? Haven't made it in a while. Yep. They say that with your membership, you get like a personal trainer. Like Peter, because he's never seen him there. I would like somebody to explain things to me in the beginning, like say you should do this or you should do that. But I'm sure you gotta pay extra for that. But appointment is Wednesday. Ooh, remind me again what surgery you're having, just so I remember, because CPAP brain. I know it sounds familiar. I just don't want to. The Suzanne. If you know what the Suzanne is, that is the savory French toast bake. I was going to do a whole thing on French toast. I forgot all about that. I don't know if I've ever did a tutorial on, like, I have to get light bread because I don't think I have any. And that to me, I'm sorry, when you get light bread, it makes an awesome French toast. And you don't feel like it's light because you put the egg in there, put a little bit of cottage cheese, you put the protein of the chicken sausage or the Canadian bacon. It all helps. It definitely helps. Debbie, I'm a Canadian membership. We get first sessions free, then you have to pay. When you join, you can schedule with a trainer. They will show you machines and give you a sheet to. Oh, awesome. That's good to know. I definitely want to, being that I've not really, I'm older. I don't want to do things wrong. I don't want to come out of there in pain. I mean, obviously I'm going to have some pain, but I don't want to have pain because I did it wrong. I want to have pain because the muscles are like, oh my gosh, the muscle's going to say, Denise, you haven't used us in forever. Oh yeah, the CSA. Well, it's Jersey vegetable time. I'm going to grab some, I was just telling Steve, we need to get to the produce stand. Peppers are going to be in abundance, zucchinis, and they're so cheap when they're flowing. And zucchinis last a while. Oh, I knew I was going to do that this morning. Dang it. I wanted to make, well, the vlog was too long anyway, so I probably wouldn't have put it in there. I have this big muffin tin where it makes like 6 gigantic muffins. I wanted to, I'm into the mandolin all of a sudden. I don't know. I found it in my drawer and I've been using it nonstop. But I wanted to do that with potatoes and zucchini and make little stacks with cottage cheese. Forgot. Hey, Linda May, how you been? Better late than never. Exactly. Just pain and discomfort. I don't want to have pain because I did something wrong. And it's true. And I tell this to, if you move a wrong way, you don't want to, cause any damage. But if you're just moving a way that your body's just not used to because you just don't move enough that way, there's a difference. But I want to move properly. Like I was showing Peter when his job is some lifting, and I said, when you lift, I said, you're young, you probably lift with your back. I said, but now that you have the surgery, I said, bend over, pick up, and get up. So the more the pressure's on your legs and not your back, because his surgery was right in the middle of his back. So he still was. That was just last week. I felt like it was weeks ago, but he just turned a week. He's got about 4 stitches. But yeah, but this was a fun little impromptu live. I was just sitting there going, you know what? Let's do. And what if you're just joining us? What I was talking about was trying to incorporate more fiber. And I don't want to call it a challenge. I really, truly don't, because I don't like the word, which I've mentioned many times. And greens. And I've done this many times, but I really feel like that is what my diet lacks. And diet, I don't mean diet as in weightless. I mean diet is what you eat. But yeah, I just want to eat more, things like that. 1 month ago. That's awesome. She's free. Well, congratulations. Oh, I know, Cara, but the young ones, they think they could do it because they can. And I always say, just because you don't mean you should. But the youth, that's what they do. He's younger, you can lift like that. I said, well, Peter, someday you're going to be older and you're not going to be able to lift like that anymore because it's going to hurt your back. I lack green vegetables, like leafy things. And I've mentioned this, I have been hating salad for quite a while. Have you seen a big ass salad? You haven't, because I just have not desired to make it. The thought of salad kind of like makes me want to go. I'm like, I got to get more greens in this. I'm not eating salad. There has to be another way. And we made a kit. I told you it was with kale, and I really enjoyed it. It was kale and it was cabbage. I'm like going, I need to do more kale and cabbage. 2 fusions. I now have a third. That's right. That's right. Well, let me know when your surgery is, and we will definitely keep you in the prayers. I will tell Tim. Anybody ever needs prayers, you let me know. I put Timmy on it because that's his job. That's his job. And he always says to me, in fact, I think I mentioned it, but I'll say it here again. When he was home, when he was sick, he had mass at the house because he can. And he said, well, he always said, when you have a mass, any mass, you have to offer an intention up. And he goes, I need an intention. He goes, you have one? I went, well, how about my subscribers? There's always a lot of them that need prayers for, surgeries or family things. He goes, okay, I'll offer up for your subscribers. So that was really nice. I think I did mention it that night when I went live. I said, Timmy offered mass for everybody. So whether you believe or not, but, he does that once in a while. Baking a bunch of old school fiber muffins. Oh, yeah, post them, Suzanne. That's another thing. I wanted to make like a breakfast muffin with like oats and fiber. And let me know that recipe, Suzanne, since I want to increase my fiber. How much fiber is in per muffin? Yes, I want a fiber month. That's a good way to start fiber month. Fiber month. Fiber month. It's fiber month on Dish with D. I'm going to be hopefully giving you fiber numbers, because as women, we should be having a minimum of 26 grams of fiber per day. Men, it's in the 30s, I'm not sure, but I think it's 26 for women. So, I hope you do, Jean. I hope you get that scheduled. Summer should be easy. Most people don't well, maybe some people do who are off in the summer, but I always found summer is when everything is light because people are just too busy vacationing to get anything done. But, yep. Go, unless I try to call your gynecologist and the next opening is all October. And I said, well, it's no problem. I'm not having any detrimental issues that I can't wait, but that's my fault for waiting. And I knew she was going to be busy, and I just kept, every time I called, it was like, you're 15th in the queue, and I just didn't feel like waiting that long. 4 mini muffins, 4 points. Well, we're looking about fiber, Suzanne. How much fiber in those 4 mini muffins? Awesome, Terry. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I can't wait. You're going to feel so much better with that knee replacement. That's awesome, Jean. You better believe it. As long as you can do it, do it. The more stronger and healthier you're going into that surgery, the faster you'll recover. And what they do now is, which is crazy, but Because I remember I was back in the medical field many years ago, but they get you up and out as quick as they can. If you have your knee replaced, they're going to send you home that day. That's crazy, but they're finding it works because you can do it. And my memo this month, good morning. Oh, yeah, got the girl squished. Yes, I had my memo right before Timmy's ordination, which she was like, I'm confident it'll be fine. So I just had my memo back in the spring, but awesome. Is so old it uses, oh, I love that. Well, I make the powdered milk one with the pumpkin. My leader, that was her favorite muffin. It was a pumpkin muffin, and it had the powdered milk. Yeah, they're all outpatient. That's the new thing. It's because they feel like you heal better and you do better, but there is the slight chance that some people don't. But for the majority, they're finding it's much better. There you go. She was in at 8 and home by 11. Oh, that's when I think about back in the day. It's oh, it is, Linda May. It's you get squished. Now, my husband, fun fact, had to get a mammogram. I guess it was a couple years ago. He had this, for lack of a better word, mass there, and he had to get a mammogram. So he comes home, he goes, I know exactly how you feel. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, men do get mammograms if they have masses in that area. So he had to get one. It was all fine. They had it. They removed it. It was just this little fatty thing, but it's. He knew exactly. It is like. One time, the person was horrible who did it. I had bruises up here because the way she had it in there. Because I was the one and only time I ever had bruises. And I'm like, oh my God. It is. Well, Steve, fun fact, because he has a little bit of extra weight, he's probably an A cup. But yeah, he did have a little bit there, but yeah, it hurt. I'm like, actually, I think the more you have, the less it's painful because I think you have more to put on there. When you don't have a lot, I think it's a little bit more painful. But yeah, he did have one. Wow, they did my second knee in less than 2 hours. That's wonderful. That's because you didn't wait too long, Lynn. Sometimes when you wait too long, there's more damage and it takes a little bit longer. But yep. All right, my lovelies. I have to go in and make my smoothie. Or maybe at this point, I might just have a protein bar. I do have a couple bananas teased up, but maybe we'll freeze them and then we'll use them later. But I thank you so much for coming in this little impromptu live. You just never know when Dee feels the need. But she wants to make an effort, and if I say it out loud, I have to do it. So that's why I did it. I said it out loud. If I want to work on fiber and greens, I want to do it. So I have to make it. What was that? My dad's favorite line from the Ten Commandments movie. So let it be written, so let it be done. He always would when we would be watching, he'd get up and say that. So now, so let it be said, so let it be done. So if I say it out loud to my community, I am more apt to do it because I've said it. I make myself accountable to you because people are going to be asking me. People are going to be asking me. So yeah, now I need to say yes. You want to work on fiber and greens with me? It's not a challenge. It's just it's awareness month. That's it. It is fiber and greens awareness month. I mean, everybody has an awareness month, so why not fiber and greens? So if you want to join me, be more aware, or if you have any great recipes you want to share with me, you can email me them at dishwithdee@yahoo.com. Or you could just post it in the Facebook group and make sure you tag me so I know it's there because sometimes I don't always see everything. True fact. If you're watching this later, remember the chat always comes up a few hours later. It doesn't always come up right away, but the video goes up. I'm not sure why it does that. Maybe they should hold the video with the chat, but that's my opinion. I don't work for YouTube. But yes, if you're not seeing the chat, you're not. Make sure it's allowed at the top and make sure it's been about 5 hours that passed since the video goes up, so it takes a while. And I thank you for watching it after the fact because I know it's kind of fun to be here and to be involved, and the fact that you watch it means the world to me. It always helps out my channel. You'll have a great day, and a good raisin bran muffin. If you have a good recipe, let me tell you. Anybody has good fiber recipes, let me know because I'm always in them. Like I said, I need to really expand. So if you're a person that's big on fiber, I need to have that recipe. So that is it for me. If you're watching this after the fact, don't forget to thumbs up. Before you leave, make sure you thumbs up. And that is it. I will see you later, my lovelies. Look out for the vlog tomorrow. Do I do anything fun in there? I don't remember. I do. There's no haul this week. I did not go shopping. I did get 2 fun PR packages that I did share. I love PR packages. But I will see you later, my lovelies. And if you didn't see yesterday's video, which I'm not sure what it was about. Oh, I tried a new product, and I did a 2-ingredient dough tea biscuit. And I made another oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, a little bit different than the one I made prior. It was very good. Even my husband liked it, and Peter liked it. So, I mean, oh my God, it's almost a 0-point cookie. Almost. I feel like it might even be a 0-point cookie. I hate calling it a 0-point cookie because I feel like if you call it a 0-point cookie, you're going to have way too many. So I think I called it a 1-point cookie. And the tea biscuit, oh, the tea biscuit was delicious. So thank you so much. And I will see you in a video very soon, my lovelies. Don't forget, check out yesterday's video, check out tomorrow's video, and I will see you later. Who wants fiber and Greens Awareness Month? Let me know.